the timing in my own life. And I know this will help somebody else out too. That's why I want to do this video this morning, because I know at least for me, I'm always wanting to see things on my own time. It has to happen today because I did this right now, and this should be happening tomorrow, and all those types of things. And it never comes to fruition like that. At least for me, it hasn't. I take that back. Some stuff has, not everything. Probably not 75% of the things, actually. Good morning. How you doing? But probably 25% of the things, yes. But like I said, majority of it, no. And I know that I've read and seen so many things that says that things are in God's timing. And I'm thinking to myself, when the hell this gonna be? I'm just like, when is the time? And what do I gotta do to speed this up? And like I said, what I know is that I can't speed anything up. Yes, I can do all the work and keep moving forward and keep doing whatever it is I think I need to be doing and all those types of things. But like I said, it will happen when it happens. And I know a lot of times we, of course, get discouraged, because I know I have too, that this ain't happened fast enough, that hasn't happened fast enough. I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of doing that. But y'all, like I said, we can't force the process, to put it that way. Sometimes, and what I've noticed is that there is time, a certain time for things to kick off and a certain time for things to kind of marinate and to kind of get a system in order. I guess I put it that way as well. That's the easiest word I can think of. And like I said, definitely, y'all, like I said, I know I'm not the only one who's learning to trust the timing at all. Just with this week, of course, I do videos, of course, here on YouTube. I do TikTok shop videos and stuff like that too, and I put all that information in the description. But and of course, like I said, I do things all over social media. I put it that way. And like I said, I have so for a while. And I'm thinking to myself, why ain't this kicked off yet? Why ain't this happened yet? I've been doing this for this many years and this kind of thing. And it's been more than 5 years, actually. But what I know is that it wasn't always consistent, because, of course, life has happened. And then I did not have a system behind it, a way to, of course, increase the, what is it called, the viewership, or a way to increase my numbers. That's the best thing I can say, because I don't want to get into all the technical. But like I said, definitely, it's just like, okay, when is this going to happen? Of course, I've been talking about traveling since I was a little kid, actually. And I think I've told y'all that. Didn't know how I was going to do it. Didn't know how that was going to look. I had no idea. But I know I'm traveling now. I mean, it's not as much as I want to be, because, of course, I still have to work and get the money to, of course, travel and that kind of thing. But like I said, definitely, I'm like, okay, when am I going to be able to travel full time and not have to work and do all that kind of stuff? But regardless as to whether I'm working a desk job or a remote job or whatever kind of job, whether it's a YouTube job, the next thing that I know is that I'm still going to have to work to do something. Everything's not free. So it does not matter. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. But like I said, definitely, like I said, just wondering when are these things going to happen? I had a job interview yesterday, actually. I'm not saying I'm trying to force that process. If it happens, it happens. If not, it's not. I know what I have to do as a person to seek elsewhere too. I put it that way. That's, like I said, it's not going to stop me one way or the other. But I'm like, okay, when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? Like I said, trying to trust the timing of the things that I'm doing in my life, to know that I'm not just sitting up here wasting my time, or to know that I'm not just sitting up here doing all this stuff and it's not going to ever come to fruition at all. Like I said, that's what I hear in my mind when I'm thinking about, like I said, the timing on things. I'm like, okay, this should have been happened. But what I also know, while things could have been happening, what was I doing in the process to build those things? Like I said, it's not just God's timing and that kind of thing, too, which it is. I mean, yes, in a way, but I know that I also have to do the work behind the things that I'm trying to, of course, pursue, trying to, of course, to create. And like I said, I know that with any time, I don't care what time it is, we have to prepare ourselves along the way somewhere. I know what I know is that all the situations that God has put me in, and that I've had jobs, social media situations, all those types of things, all those things are growing me in some type of way. I have no idea what everything will be right now, or what the lessons are behind everything, but everything that I've been doing is for a reason. Like I said, I've always believed that. I don't care what was going on in my life. Everything that even a death in the family, everything happens. I got a spider web, y'all. Everything happens for a reason. I guess the doggone spider web said, don't come this way, so I'm not coming this way. All right, I'm going back out here on, because I'm at the park, y'all. If y'all can't tell, I'm at the park this morning. And I guess that spider web said, girl, get back here. Stay over here. I'm just going to stay over here. But like I said, definitely I have to prepare myself in some type of way. And I know that everything that I have done has taught me something to use for the future me. I guess I put it that way. I know nothing's done in vain. It may look like it. Whether these videos ever get me any monetization on YouTube, I don't know. But like I said, it's helping me to, of course, to train me how to speak better. I know I still speak fast, but like I said, that may never change. I don't know, but like I said, to at least speak better and to get my thoughts in order, so I can, of course, speak off the fly all the time. Because that's how I always do my videos. I never have anything written down. I think maybe like once or twice I did, but usually I don't have things written down. I'm just talking, because that's how I like to do. But like I said, it keeps me on my toes when I do these videos. And like I said, everything is preparing me for something. I don't know. I had a dream back when I was about 10 years old, speaking on I guess it was like at a podium. There was folks in the audience, of course, clapping. Some were crying, some were waving their hands and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, I have no idea. In my mind, I'm supposed to speak on stages at some point, but I really have no idea what that dream was telling me. I really don't know. But like I said, in my mind, I still believe that at some point I'll be talking on somebody's stage. I put it that way. And like I said, just seeing that dream and seeing other things, like I said, that I've been doing, just preparing me for something bigger is what I always believe. Regardless of how it may look right now, or it may not all be in order right now, or it may look scattered right now. I put it that way as well. And all over the place right now. But like I said, definitely timing is something. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, in the midst of all the things that's going on and all the things that I want to see and happen in my life, I know that I have to keep on growing, y'all. I can't just stop and say, oh, this is going to happen in God's timing, but I ain't going to do nothing about it. I'm just going to sit there and just do nothing. God gave us gifts, talents, and abilities to do a whole bunch of things. And if we just sitting on those things, that's on us. Now, God is not dumb, I'm sure. Nobody's dumb. But God, anybody else around us, nobody's dumb. People see if you're working on stuff. People know if you're preparing for something in your life. Whether it's to talk better on social media, I don't know, videos or whatever it is. Whether it's to write better or to have a better self-esteem, better self-worth. No matter what it is. To educate yourself about business, whatever it is. People see that. God see that as well. I can't think of the story. I don't know this. I'm trying to learn the Bible, y'all. So I don't know all the stories offhand, but I know there was a story of the talents, I believe is what it was. He gave 3 people different talents, and some used it, some didn't, some buried them. So the ones who buried them, he took those talents away from them. And I know that I have a lot of talents. I guess I put it that way as well. I'm not going to use every single one of them because I got thousands, I'm sure. Just like all of us. What time is it? Okay, just like all of us. But what I know is that the talents that I do have, I'm going to keep those bad boys working until I can't work them no more. The things that I know how to do, the things. And now if it's something that I need to learn, yes, I'm still going to learn those things. I'm still going to grow in some kind of capacity, regardless as to what is happening in my life right now. Whether it's reading a book, whether it's, I don't know, like I said, doing more videos, whether it's baking a cake, because I love to bake, y'all. I have a whole channel, Eat and Travel with Tony. That's all my travel and baking and cooking stuff. And I put that, like I said, I put all this stuff in the description for y'all. But like I said, what I know is that until things happen, until God has things happen in our life, we still have to keep growing, y'all. We can't just sit there and just wait for somebody to come and rescue us. In my mind, God never does that. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I don't know if that's the truth for what it is from the Bible, but for me, God never sits there and just wait for us to just give us something whenever he feels like it. We have to work towards those things with those gifts and talents that he gave us in order for us to be prepared. I put it that way. And like I said, I'm not going to just while I'm very impatient. This should have happened a long time ago. This should have happened yesterday. This should have happened last week. This should have happened last year. While I'm very impatient, I still know that it's not going to come whenever I want it to come. I can sit there and talk all day long. And yes, I've been very frustrated, very upset because I should have had this already. I should have done this already. I've seen folks out here, I don't know, let me just put it this way. Starting a YouTube channel in 1 year, they all monetized, quitting their jobs. I've been doing this for like 8-9 years. I ain't got a damn thing. But like I said, I know that because in the beginning, it wasn't me doing videos, actually. I was just looking at some like music videos and different things that was on here, because that was back when YouTube was kind of fairly new and I had no idea how to use it, so I didn't know. But I know now since 2018, I believe, is when I actually started putting actual videos on this channel of me talking about different things and doing different things. So like I said, it wasn't back in 2015 or whatever, whichever that year was. It actually started in 2018, the actual channel itself. But like I said, definitely not knowing how to do all the technical things and knowing what to say and all this type of thing. I still don't. But like I said, I'm going to keep talking anyway. It don't make it, for me, it just doesn't make a difference. That's just the way I do things. But I know there's a lot of things, of course, to learn on all the platforms, that kind of thing. I'm not just talking about platforms, but of course, jobs, anything that you're trying to do, no matter what it is, start a business, no matter what you're trying to do, there's always some background work to be done. And some things that we have to do in order for us to get, like I said, to start getting better prepared for whatever it is to come. Like I said, yeah, I still have, like I said, upset about, or was upset about, used to be upset about all the time. This hasn't happened, that hasn't happened. When is this going to happen? It should have been did this yet. But like I said, I still have the faith of a mustard seed to keep on going. I'm not going to just stop. Yeah, I may be up here up saying I'm upset and I'm done with this today, but tomorrow, trust me, I'm back on it. I do that a lot because I get so frustrated with stuff. But like I said, I'm back on it tomorrow or the next day. Or maybe it's a week, then I'll, of course, get back on it. At the longest, that's about as much as it's going to be. The only time I've taken a break like that was when I had several deaths in my family back kind of within a year apart of people who were near and dear to me, I guess I put it that way. And I did, of course, slack down on my videos, stop doing all those things, stop posting a lot, because I was, of course, in a little grieving period, I guess I put it that way. As you can tell now, I'm coming out of that, so I'm doing a lot better and that kind of thing, so I'm back on it now. But that was the longest. That was several months, actually, almost a year, actually, as I think about it. But like I said, what I know is I'm still keeping faith that things are still going to happen. Does not matter. And I want to say thank y'all, because I didn't even say thank you all. Is it Naisha, Richard, Romeo's video, I think, did? I can't tell some of the names, y'all. Hi, I think it says. Johanna, Goofy. Thank you all for being here this morning, y'all. I hope y'all doing well. I appreciate the support as well. And like I said, definitely, y'all, while I'm get frustrated sometimes that things should happen in my own timing, trying to control every single thing, and I've tried to do that for years, actually. It never came in my time, and it still hasn't come in my time. I know I'm laughing and smiling about it, but some days I just be so mad. I'm like, this should have happened by now. But like I said, I still have the faith of a mustard seed to keep on going, regardless as to what is going on right now and what I think haven't happened yet. Because I know that God still got me and it's going to happen at some point. I know that I'm just preparing myself right now. And that, like I said, that's what I know. And that's what I'm going to keep knowing until I die. I put it that way as well. So y'all, like I said, with this video, it's Friday. I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here, and I want to just come out in the park and get some walking in too. So I'm going to go ahead and continue walking a little bit so I can get some exercise before I do start working, getting to the office this morning. So y'all, I hope y'all have a great and blessed day. Like I said, for those who are on here supporting me, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll see y'all in the next video, y'all. And let me, oh Lord, and let me know in the comments, how has timing been working out for you? Are you trying to force things in your own time, or are you looking at God's time at this present point? Like I said, let me know, y'all, in the comments. Peace out. Have a good one.